wasn't meant to happen like this. He ran her over.
This is Payton Maulryan.
The door was open and she ended up on the hood.
And this is Tyler O'Keefe. Together with Brent Gerber, they stole the life of an innocent girl, all for a measly $250.
She fought back, and they killed her.
On April 24th, 2020, 21-year-old Darian Sather contacted and set up a deal with her ex-boyfriend, Payton Maulryan. On the surface, the deal seemed a bit too good to be true, but Darian trusted Payton. After all, the two knew each other from before. Soon enough, Darian arrived at the agreed location and saw Payton's car pull up behind hers. But something was off. Payton wasn't alone. With him was his childhood best friend, Tyler O'Keefe, and another friend who drove him there, Brent Gerber. Not suspecting much, Darian got out of her vehicle, and the deal began. But Payton would ask for the money first before he handed over the drugs. And when Darian complied, the next words she heard were "go, go, go." Darian had just been robbed, and in a desperate attempt to get her money back, she clung to the door of Darian's car as it sped away. Unfortunately, this would just be the start of the cruelty with these three men. While she clung to the passenger door, Tyler tased her while Payton hit her and opened his door to throw Darian off. Brent never stopped driving until Darian somehow got on top of the car hood. That's when he slammed his brakes, causing Darian to fall off the vehicle due to inertia. But then he started his car again, and this time, he didn't stop, even after running over Darian. Tragically, her injuries were too severe, and she had already lost too much blood. Darian was dead. It was easy for investigators to track down the assailants, and 2 days later, on April 6th, Brent Gerber was the first to be arrested. 5 days after the incident, on April 9th, Tyler was the second to be taken into custody. The detectives already had an account of the incident from Brent. It was now time to see what Tyler had to say.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, she said you guys were kind of on and off again, so I don't know if that was still...
Yeah, well, I like to hope for the best.
Yeah. Okay.
She's tired of my bullshit.
Yeah. Did you have a job before this whole virus thing?
Yeah, I did, and then Burger King let me go.
Oh, okay. Which Burger King do you work at?
It was the one in Linden.
Oh, Linden, okay.
I worked at...
Did you know Goody? What was that, the black guy?
No.
I thought he worked at that.
Landy.
Burger King. Landy.
I was an opener, honestly, so...
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna step over here, so I'll let you guys be.
Thank you. Yep.
There's a napkin. It's only about a minute on the
Sweet.
on the leak. Okay, I don't know if Detective Francis told you, but everything in this room is recorded visually and audio. The camera's right there. All right.
And again, Tyler, Deputy Strand read your Miranda rights, and you understand those rights, correct?
Yes, sir.
And with those rights in mind, you're okay to ask or answer a couple questions for us?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
So where are you living at now?
Right.
And you can eat too. We can talk in between bites or whatever you want. You said you were hungry. And
Yeah. Thank you.
stuff. So we appreciate you wanting to talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why we want to talk to you?
I have a pretty good feeling just about the whole Payton Maulryan thing.
Payton who?
Payton Maulryan.
Yeah.
He's been one of my best friends since we were like 7 or 8 years old, so...
So did you guys go to school together or live
yeah, we
together?
went to Meridian. Went to Meridian
Oh.
together. He lived like right around the corner from me in Pullman Circle.
I see.
You guys in the same grade?
I think he's a year older.
You're older, okay. How old are you?
23.
23, okay.
So you hang out every day or what?
No. We just started hanging out again maybe 6 months ago. He asked to borrow money about maybe a year ago, and he asked for 40. I gave him 60, trying to be a decent friend, and he blocked me on Facebook the minute he drove out of the driveway. So when I saw him,
Seriously?
yeah. So when I saw him next, I understand the gal he was with at the time was a total junkie. He did a lot of heroin, and he got into it pretty bad too. So I was a little upset still, but like I said, I've known him probably longer than I've known anybody. So yeah.
It seems that Payton has a habit of committing fraud and scamming people, which means it was not a spontaneous decision to rob Darian. Considering this history, it is likely he saw her as an easy target to dupe.
But yeah, what this is all about is why me and him had another falling out, pretty much, because he did make me aware of what he was going to do, or at least what he said he was going to go and meet up with a gal and said he's going to rob her. And
can we take a break? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can you go back to give us some times and dates, and just keep in mind we've got warrants coming in on Facebook Messenger.
Oh yeah, of course.
All that stuff. So we know a lot of what's going on. We just want to give you the opportunity to be truthful. Okay.
Yep.
So can you go back to maybe Friday night where you were? And
Friday night.
Would have been Friday night the 3rd.
I want to say so. Friday night, my fiance and I got into a pretty big argument, and I ended up leaving around 12, like midnight, maybe 12:30. I'm not sure. I went to his house, over to Payton's house, and I was there until about 4:30ish.
Was that in the West Pole room?
West Pole, yeah. I don't know exact times and stuff, but it was around 4:30 when Courtney picked me up, because I was not down to go and just to rob anybody, for that matter. Like, I'm not. That's something I did when I was a kid, a teenager, and I'm well past that, And so, yeah, she came and picked me up, and I went home. Her and I went home, lay in bed with our son, and I woke up around maybe 7:30, I think. 7:30-ish. And Payton had came and picked me up from out in Lemmy, and we went back to his house on Pole Road. And so we got there probably around 7:45, 7:20, or wait, not 7:45. Hold on, sorry, I woke up around 8, I'm thinking. It's hard to know without having my phone, but Courtney, I never told Courtney this because I didn't want her to freak out on me, but I went back over there because he was freaking out. He was freaking out bad, and
I'm sorry, Payton picked you up from your house on the res?
Yeah.
Okay. And what time do you think that was?
I want to say around. That was back right after Courtney picked me up, or right after Courtney had woken up. I know she woke up around 8 or 9. So between like basically 7:30 and 9 o'clock is when I was picked up by Payton and brought back to his place. And just from my house on the res, just to his place.
Since the incident occurred on a Saturday, the events being described by Tyler here happened the night before they met with Darian.
I hate snitching, I hate doing any of that, but he told me that they did follow through with the robbery or whatever, and he was just freaking out, and I could tell something was off. I offered to go and buy him a pack of cigarettes, and so we went down to, I can't remember if it was the Shell or the other gas station right there on Pole Road, but bought him a pack of cigarettes, and that's when we ran into his mother, and him and I have similar stories. Our moms are pretty don't really like us very much, but I pumped his gas for him, and then we went back to his place, and he was really paranoid, and he was really, I could tell he never told me what went down, but I could tell he was very distraught. You know what I mean? He was pretty freaked out, and he was honestly getting on my last nerve because he wouldn't tell me what was going down.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I had to ride back out to him, and was back out there by 9 at the latest.
Back to the res?
Yeah. And then Courtney and my son had just woken up.
And you described him as freaking out? Panicking? Or
Panicking, yes.
What did he tell you?
He told me that... I gotta rack my brain.
Well, it sounds like he told you something prior to that.
Well, yeah, he's talking about going and robbing a female.
Who was he talking about?
He didn't tell me her name. He didn't, even reading what was in the paper, I don't know if her name was released or not. Was her name released?
I don't.
Yeah. Anyways, I didn't know the gal who he was talking about.
Did he say why he was going to rob her?
No, he didn't say a specific reason on why, but he did say that he was fighting himself on it.
Okay.
And at the same time, he's got me in his ear, like, yo, dude, come on, man. Like, this is a female.
Uh-huh.
Like, this is a female, dude. Like, we're not those type of people, I guess. I mean...
Mm-hmm. Did he want you to do it with him?
He was asking me to, yes, he was asking me to come. He was asking me to drive, asking me to take my old lady's car.
Where to where? Where did he want you to go?
He didn't tell me
Okay.
whenever he's going, but
Okay. Was it just the two of you?
Yes, just the two of us.
Okay.
But I told him that I wasn't down. I was not down for that. I told him I have a baby. I told him I don't want to spend any time behind bars, you know. And I think me bringing up that I had a baby kind of ticked him off. Like, well, what the fuck, man? You're not gonna help me out, And I was like, dude, listen, if you can't respect me and my wishes, you know, like, there's no reason for me to even be here.
Right.
And I don't know if he just needed to get some sleep or if he needed to, what he needed, but...
So did you call Courtney then?
No, I had him drop me back off.
But at 4:30, I thought Courtney picked you up.
At 4:30, Courtney did pick me up because I had left, because we're still down at like 9 o'clock when I originally got back to Courtney's house.
No, I know, but I'm talking the night before. You said...
Oh, 4:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Yes, Courtney did pick me up there.
So Courtney, did you call her or did she call you?
I used whoever lives there, not with Payton, but there's a guy who lives in the front. I used his cell phone.
Okay. Is that Scott?
Scott, yes.
So you used Scott's phone?
Yeah.
Okay. You called Courtney. She picked you up at 4:30. She took you home. You said originally you woke up at maybe 7:30.
It might have been, maybe
You're
around
not sure.
7.
And then Payton came and picked you back up.
Yeah, because he's...
Who called him to pick you up?
He came and picked me up. He showed up.
Okay.
And...
Did he come down into the room to get you, or how did you know he was gonna...
I heard his horn.
Okay. So he honks the horn, and then why'd you go back?
I went out there with him, and he wouldn't tell me what was going on, so he told me to get in the car, and I was like, okay, you know. And that's when we went back to his place.
Okay.
And he was with some gal. I don't know.
What did he tell you?
Well, he told me that he tried to give me $20. I told him I didn't want it because I knew he obviously had went and done what he told me he was going to do.
How do you know that?
Well, because he didn't have any money before. But he wouldn't give me any details, and then it wasn't until, like, I saw the first link that there was something that happened up in Acme.
Where did you see that?
I seen it on, it was either on Bellingham Herald Report, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when he picked you up out there, what did he say to you? Why did he want to come back out and talk to you again at that point?
I don't know if he just needed somebody to talk to, or...
Okay, so what did he tell you about what happened?
He told me that Well, he told me that the robbery was successful.
Okay.
Sounds f***ed up. It is f***ed up, actually.
Yeah. So what did he say though, Tyler?
I'm trying to think like word for word. I don't want to say something he didn't say, you know, but
Sure.
The way he was acting and the way how his adrenaline seemed to be going so hard, I could tell something was wrong. And so I didn't really pry. I didn't want to know. I was kind of more trying to comfort him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's my best friend, so.
Right.
But I remember he said that he said that everything went well. Said that he had gotten the money and said he had lost his little bong, his weed bong. I don't know if that was ever retrieved, whatever the hell. But he never told me that he took somebody's life or whatever.
Who was with him?
I read in the paper what the guy's name was, but I've never ever met the guy before.
Okay. So initially you had said that Payton told you that they followed through with the robbery. What did you mean by they?
Him and whoever took him. Yeah.
When you guys had, so, I'm sorry, where did you go after that then? You said he brought you back to the res around 9 o'clock?
Around 9 o'clock,
Okay.
yeah.
So when he honked that horn, you heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it woke you up?
Yeah, I was barely asleep. I was asleep, but not in REM, obviously.
Yeah. What did Courtney say?
She was still asleep, kind of, whatever. I told her, because she did wake up, and I was like, no, I'll go check. I'll go see who it is. And then I left with him. I ran back upstairs, got my backpack, and told her that I'd be right back.
Okay.
She's kind of finally stopped fighting me on those things because I was under lockdown with her for so long that.
And what house were you at that time?
Rick's house.
Kinley.
Kinley, yeah.
Oh, at 3197.
Yes.
Sure.
So did he ever tell you, maybe we asked this, and we might repeat ourselves, sorry.
Oh, cool.
Tyler, did he say why he wanted to rob this girl?
Maybe she owed him money, no, it wasn't ever, he didn't ever give me a specific reason on why he wanted to rob her, but I could tell he didn't want to. That was the thing.
He didn't want to rob her?
Like, I guess that's an understatement because he did rob her, but he didn't seem very, like he felt very good about it.
Okay.
And, I mean, but there wasn't any talking him out of it at the same time.
Tyler and Payton had been close since childhood, so it was natural that they would cover each other's backs as much as possible. This is why, as the interrogation goes on, it becomes increasingly obvious that Tyler intends to protect his friend as much as possible, and later down the line, Payton would do the same. But the truth is, no matter how much they try to cover each other, they still have ended someone's life. For now, though, it is clear Tyler is going to withhold a lot of information, but luckily, the officer already knows everything, thanks to Brent. They just need his account to verify information.
So,
did he mention anybody else? Another girl?
another female?
Yeah.
No, not
Somebody that he might have been doing this for?
Doing this for?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't really have very many females in his life. No.
So it sounds like this girl did something to him and he felt he needed to rob her.
Yeah, I can't confirm. I don't want to say yes or say no because I don't know that much, you know. I don't. Payton isn't the type of guy to just go rob somebody for no reason, but I really never thought he was the type of guy to rob a female.
Is he good for an ounce of meth?
Is he?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. So if somebody wanted to buy an ounce of meth from him, he he would be a guy you could call.
Oh, well, yeah.
What's an ounce of meth go for? In Watkins?
Close to $400 now.
$400 now, okay. All right. So how much money did you see him with when he offered you that 20?
That's the only 20 he pulled out.
Okay. Why was he going to give you that money? Do you know?
I'm not sure if it was. Actually, I actually asked him for $20,
Okay.
and then when he told me, he got this weird grin on his face, and I was like, you know what? Actually, no, never mind. I'm good. I don't want, because I figured I knew where it came from, and I did not feel right about any of that.
Okay.
But yeah, he wasn't flaunting any money out. He wasn't doing nothing crazy. He hasn't been that type of person.
Up until now, Tyler described his alibi as if he met Payton after the robbery occurred. He has tried to separate himself from the crime and appear as someone who only heard of it instead of partaking in it. But what he doesn't know is the officers have a very solid piece of evidence that will break down his poorly constructed alibi.
It's pretty important, Tyler, that you remember some of these things because, like I said, we were getting the information slowly coming in with the messenger, the Facebook Messenger stuff, and the phones and everything else, all right? So we want to be able to indicate that you're being truthful, but there's some holes in your story right now that we know aren't.
I'd love to fill it in.
Well, yeah, we've got some information about how you were with Payton. So tell us more about that.
How I was with him?
Yeah.
Well, in which?
We've got some still shots of you in the truck, the white truck with Payton. Tell us about that.
Being with Payton when?
Yeah.
I don't believe that I was.
Well, we believe that you were, because you're a pretty distinct-looking guy, and the photos speak for themselves. So.
White truck.
Yeah.
I mean, guess I'm asking where at, because I don't.
Well, in various different places. You and Brent and Payton. So Ken and I have been working this since Saturday morning. So
yes, of course.
Lots of people have called in with tips. Lots of people have given us lots of information. There's as you probably know, video and still photos all over the place, people's properties, and that kind of stuff. So we know the route that you guys took out of there. So we got different people who have offered us their footage from their homes along the way. So we're able to put a lot of that together and piece a lot of that together. So Tyler, we know what happened. Again, maybe if you want to start over, might be the best thing, buddy.
This is the moment Tyler finally realizes just how much he has destroyed his life, and how he may never get to see his fiancée and son ever again. But it is far too late to regret his decisions, and Tyler is now clearly losing control of his emotions. The officers notice this, along with his fidgety, nervous behavior, and they decide to use a softer approach. Instead of being harsh, they console him and reassure him he isn't a bad guy, essentially creating a safe space for him. It's a clever tactic that will compel Tyler to be truthful and reveal everything he knows just so he can prove his remorse. And luckily, he does precisely that.
Why he wanted to rob.
That's still, the reasoning on this is still, that is not anything that I have knowledge on.
Okay.
There's no good reason.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Did he instigate the contact with her, or did she instigate it?
I'm not sure. I don't know if she hit him up asking, or being some type of guy to just go around and ask people if you need something. But so I'd assume that she hit him up and he said, and then he said, yes, we can do that.
Okay.
Which, I mean, Payton had that. He had that much there on him.
He had an ounce.
Yeah, or I mean, couldn't eyeball or tell you how much he had an ounce is, but I mean, he had more than I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
And
So did he have the intention to sell her that ounce initially when you guys left the house?
I mean, I believe so.
Okay. So when was the decision made to rob her?
But that was between the driver and Payton.
So tell us more about that.
The whole way, I kept telling them how this is not a good idea. I have a bad feeling. This is not a good idea. And then Payton mentioned something about how she had just been robbed. That's what it was. Payton mentioned how she had just been robbed 2 days prior.
Okay.
And I don't.
Did he say why?
No, he didn't tell me why. I don't.
Okay.
Honest to God, I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a decision made between the driver and Payton to do this, but this was whatever I was saying. They weren't listening to me. They were giving me the fucking cold shoulder.
Was it more Brent's idea or Payton's idea?
I don't know. I don't know Brent. It was the first time I'd ever met him, but I mean he was pressing Payton to continue, we're not going to turn around, and so maybe Payton didn't have enough. I'm not sure, and if this is my opinion, because I don't know what the reason was, and I don't know whose idea it was between the two of them, but at one point Payton was saying, no, you know what, maybe not, let's not do this, and Brent was like, dude, we're all the way up here, man. Because none of us had money. He's like, you're gonna owe me gas money, this, that, whoop-de-whoop. And so, yeah, I mean, I guess it
Were
was.
you guys already there at that point at the park? Or was this on the way there?
Drive up,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe the decision was made on the drive there to rob her because he knew that she'd been robbed a couple days prior?
Perhaps, yeah, because I mean, everything was going fine. The gal got out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
She went over to Payton's window, and they were talking. I think they even smoked a little bit. And
did he ever give her any of the meth?
Yeah, I mean, I saw him pass her a bag.
Okay. Did it look like an ounce?
It didn't look like an ounce.
Okay.
It didn't look like an ounce, and then I think that's when Payton said go.
Okay.
And then the driver's like, what? Payton's like, go, go, go. And then the driver sped off.
Okay.
And the gal jumped onto the truck.
Jumped on the truck where?
So, basically on the passenger side, and then at one point was kind of in the center of the hood, center of the vehicle, and then it was
So she's not on the running board. She's on the hood of the car?
Yeah, I swear to God, this sounds like something out of a fucking movie. And then the dude slammed on the brakes, and then kept going.
Okay. Then what happened?
He didn't stop.
What did you hear? Or what did you see? So she's on the hood of the car. He slams on the brakes. What happened then, Tyler?
He kept going. He never stopped. I turned around and I could see the girl, and she was trying to sit up. She wasn't right there. She didn't die from just getting ran over. But nobody would stop. I'm yelling at Brent to stop. I'm begging him, pleading him to stop. It's not my gig. That is not my... He decided to keep on going, and then me and Payton were both agreeing, like, okay, she's not Brandon's like, no, I know she's, I ran that bitch over, this, that, and I swear to God, I almost started strangling Brent there. I was like, dude, she's not a bitch, dude. She's not just some bitch. Like, I don't know if he's a sociopath or what, but he didn't seem to care. He didn't seem to fucking feel bad. And me and Payton were both freaking out. And that's why I was asking to be let out of the truck. Because it's not what I asked for. It's not what I signed up for.
Although Tyler has admitted to his role in the ordeal, he now wants to downplay it by painting Brent as the main culprit and the one who forced Tyler and Payton to commit the crime. But according to Brent's prior testimony, it was Payton's plan to rob Darian, and Payton and Tyler had both physically hurt Darian in their attempt to get her off the car. If they truly didn't expect Brent to run Darian over, they had multiple moments where they could have made a different decision. For instance, they could have contacted 911 immediately after they saw her not moving. If it was all Brent's fault, they could have also reported the incident to the authorities as soon as possible, instead of trying to evade them. Unfortunately, in the next 2 hours after her death, out of all the adults who saw Darian get run over, not one contacted emergency services. However, at least Tyler is trying to give an honest account of the situation.
I don't sell. I do use. Yes, I do. I'm not a dealer. I would never go to those extents to get drugs or money.
Right.
The worst that I did was I used to steal from stores. Like, I almost had a robbery too because a secret shopper had me wrapped up at Target, and Gavin, one of my old friends, Gavin, which was never ever the plan, decided to tackle the dude, and then we took off running, and it was considered a robbery for a while there, and I was shocked because I'm not somebody who's gonna hit you to get your stuff. I'm not a robber, you know. Like, I'll admit to being a user, but I'm not a robber.
Well, we believe you, Tyler, but like I said, it's important that you give us some more detail, okay? I know this is hard, but you got to understand, Brent's given us a little different story.
Brent's word is
Okay.
Brent's a sociopath.
When she's inside the car and the deal's happening, what was being said? What do you remember that they were talking about, Payton and her?
Well, she never got inside of the vehicle.
Right, but she's leaning into the passenger.
Leaning in the passenger side, yes.
What was Brent doing at that time? Do you remember?
He was finicky.
Okay. Was he on his phone?
I don't know if he's on his phone. I just remember Payton had said go because I'm not sure if he had gotten the money or what, but I mean, like I said, it didn't look like a whole ounce.
Okay.
And so, I mean, Brent took off, and she jumped almost into the vehicle, and me and Payton both said stop. We both, because there wasn't anything that neither me or Payton could do, because I'm not going to try and do something to the driver. He's driving, you know. And we got a gal on his truck, and she was just trying to reach for her money back. That's all she was trying to do, was to get her money back.
So, if we give you a piece of paper and a pen, could you draw her position? Because I'm still a little confused with how she was hanging in the car.
Yeah, I have
to the truck.
See. So this is driver's side, passenger side, and this side was full of stuff right here. Like, the driver had, Brent, whatever, had stuff chocked full, and I'm over here in the other bench seat. Okay. So I'm behind the driver and I'm facing this way. And, I mean, and so basically, I'm trying to think here. The gal her and Payton were talking. This is the door. They're talking, and then that's when he passed her his, like, weed pipe thing.
Payton.
Or, I mean, not weed, but pipe thing, you know, and he passed it to her, and then I could tell she was hesitant on giving up her money, and she was hesitant on giving up her money, and then he passed her the pipe. He's like, listen, don't worry about anything, you know, got nothing to worry about. And because at that point, Payton, they were just saying they were just going to take her stuff and leave. and Payton giving her that pipe is kind of like a peace pipe type thing. That's what I was getting out of it. And then that's when Payton said, go, and then Brent sped off.
So where was she?
So then she went into she kind of jumped in where there's like a little rail down here.
Yeah, like the running board.
Running board, there you go. And she was pretty much standing on the running board because Payton's window wasn't all the way up, and then she was beating Payton's ass. She was fucking Payton up.
So what was how far down was the window?
It was probably about halfway down.
Halfway down.
Yeah.
So they're kind of talking in between, and then they do the exchange.
They do the exchange, and like when he gave her the stuff, is when he gave her the pipe, and she was starting to hit or whatever, and then Payton said, go, and so she hopped up on the running board because she was like, no, and I was like, what the f, dude, like, because I thought we were good. I thought he gave her the stuff, she gave him the money, and then fucking she was standing on the running board. Say this is their window. It was about halfway down, and she was hanging on for a good.
What was she hanging on to?
I don't know. It's hard to say what she's holding on to because it was like a fucking really intense moment.
You said she was beating on Payton?
Yeah, she was.
Where was she?
She was hitting him in the face.
Oh, she?
Yeah.
Is he messed up at all?
He had like a little cut on his cheek, but he wasn't even black and blue or nothing like that. And then
fighting back, trying to.
No. He's not. Payton's not a fighter. Not a fighter by any means. And she was hitting him, and I think I might have seen a $5 bill. I think she might have grabbed back a $5 bill, maybe. And then that's when, God, it's hard to say how exactly she went, but when dude hit the brakes.
But you thought she was on the front of the car.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. When he hit the brakes, she somehow managed to be on the front of the car. Okay. And then, I don't know, God, it's such a rush, heat of the moment thing, like, it's giving me such bad anxiety. But, at some point,
you can take your time, Tyler, I know this a lot. I was trying to get an idea of what it was that Brent was up to, and how his story is not exactly.
Dude's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
We all are, clearly. I should have called 911 or something, but.
You clearly feel bad about it, Tyler, and I don't know that Brent really did.
Yeah. Your emotion and his emotion are clearly different. So did the door fly open? Is that what caused her to go forward, or how?
The door. Maybe that's how the door. I remember the door opening, but yeah, maybe the door must have been open, and that's how she got onto the hood. Like he didn't hit the brakes hard enough or something the first time. That's what it was. He didn't hit the brakes hard enough, and he started yelling at Payton too. What the fuck? And I thought he was gonna hit Payton, and at that point I would have had to have Payton, because fucking whether this is a good deal or not, fucking I don't know that Brent guy, and I wasn't fond of him. The door got opened, and I believe that was actually at the driver's request. To open the door, and he hit the brakes. God, sorry, this is like a fucking. I've been trying to block this out really hard. The door was open, and she ended up on the hood. He sped up, and he sped off again, or sped off and hit the brakes again, and then she went flying, and then he drove over her.
So she was on the hood for a while, like holding on to the hood
She was on the side of the door longer than she was on the hood. she's on the hood for maybe a couple seconds, and then that's when he's hit the brakes again, and then, like, he could have drove around her.
He could have.
He could have fucking drove around her.
You want some water? There you go. Do you remember what he said about that? Do you remember what Brent said, Tyler?
He kept telling us to shut the... Oh, fuck, man. He kept telling us to shut the fuck up.
I'll get it for you.
Thank you. He kept on telling us to shut the fuck up. She'd be fine. Me and Payton were trying to... Payton and I were in distraught, and we were trying to say that we're trying to make it okay to ourselves like that. Because when I turned around, so that's in the back, I could see her moving still. And
where was her body positioned? Do you remember that?
it was laying. I mean, she's laying on her back. I'm pretty sure, or she's kind of laying. She rolled over, kind of on her side, and she's grabbing like this. And then by that time, we gotten around a little bend and we're gone.
Okay. Whose decision was it to go up Mosquito Lake Road?
It had to have been the driver. I've never been to Acme. I went to Acme like near Glacier where like the big pits are, you know, to shoot. I don't know if you're legally allowed to shoot there, but that's the only time I've ever been up there to Acme.
Okay.
I couldn't. I've never even been to Paradise. Like.
Okay. What about those guys behind you? What was was there anything ever said about those people that she showed up with?
No, but I don't know those people that she showed up with.
Right.
And I'm not sure what time whenever her body was found or if it's been determined yet, but the other people, like, they drove her there. And like they should have called. I don't know if they did. It's none of my business, but they should have called, and they should have picked her up or taken them with her to like the hospital or something because she wasn't dead.
How do you know she wasn't dead?
I could see her moving.
How was she moving?
Like I said, she was like rolled over onto her side and she was grabbing her side.
Okay.
And I mean. It's so quick, you know what I mean? It all happened so fast, and then there's like, plus this dude's driving 90 fucking miles an hour, and I wasn't trying to start talking back and have him crash the car or something looking at me, like I just...
When Darian was killed, she wasn't alone. Accompanying her were two of her friends, as the trio had just come back from a party, and the deal was supposed to be a quick stop for them, if anything. According to court documents, Darian's friends left the scene because they were scared. It's likely they didn't want to, 1, get caught during a deal, and 2, be associated with a homicide. However, there is no law that states one must contact 911 if they witness someone in need of help, so Darian's friends can't be charged with anything.
So you guys didn't go back to the scene?
I didn't know.
Did they?
The other kids?
No.
Did
Brent or Payton?
I don't know what Brent did. After me and Payton got dropped off, I don't know what Brent did.
What did you guys talk about on the way?
On the way
around.
When we were going up?
It took on the way home or on the way back to High Notes. It took you guys a while to get back here. We stopped. I remember we stopped
stopped at a gas station and it was closed. But I know Brent ended up having money on a card, so we were able to get gas or whatever. And I mean, it wasn't really. It was hard to even have any small talk, but I kept asking Payton, like, what are we doing now? Where are we gonna go? And he kept freaking out. And like, she's not. She was alive. You know, you saw her move. You saw her moving too, right? That's what me and Payton were talking about. And I was like, well, yeah, she's alive, because she was when we left. She was alive, you know. And Brent was fucking silent, pretty much. Since after the time he was telling us to shut the fuck up, he didn't really have another word to say.
Was he being kind of, did you get the feeling that he was the one that was in charge, or who was?
Whether he was in charge or not, he definitely took charge of the situation.
Okay.
And he took it overboard. He went.
What happened to the money?
I saw Payton give him money. He gave him at least half the money, at least $100.
Okay.
And I refused.
Okay.
I refused to take any money from them.
And was it $250?
I don't know. I didn't.
Okay.
That was the last thing I cared about, was money. I wanted to get home to my son. That was it.
From the $250 they robbed in total, $50 were split between the three supposedly, and Tyler got around $80. Clearly the numbers are not adding up, and only one aspect of this is clear. Tyler is undermining the degree to which he was involved in the murder.
I read in the paper or on the article, that all Brent received was $50 though, and I know that's bullshit.
Okay.
He had at least $100.
What was that conversation like when he got the money?
Payton, he went back like this, and it was like maybe $40 or something like that, and I said no, keep it. I said, I'm good. I was feeling like puking the whole way. I knew it was the wrong thing to do, to take the money, because it wasn't my deal. I didn't have any, didn't know the gal. I don't sell dope, you know what I mean? And Brent said something about gas money. I remember that much, and that he took the money that he didn't give to me, and he gave it to Brent. And however much whether they split it, whatever it was, I don't know any amounts. I didn't ask.
But did you hear Brent ask for more money?
I didn't even hear him ask, but I saw, before we got out, I saw Payton give him another $40.
Okay.
And I remember we went into High Notes, and Payton offered to buy the food for me. All I got was a chocolate milk and a fucking chocolate milk and like a candy bar type thing, and he paid for it. Payton paid for it. But I refused to take any of that money on my son's life.
How come Elia picked you up?
That was, Payton had that set up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Texting her or what?
I'm not sure. I really don't know. I don't have a phone. I haven't had a phone for weeks.
Did Payton say that he knew her?
Aaliyah?
I'm sorry, her name was Darian.
Darian?
Yeah. Did he say that he knew Darian? Or he dated Darian?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming, he didn't ever actually tell me that he knew her or he dated her, but I'm assuming, obviously, he did know her. You don't just meet up with a random person to...
I know, but that's what's still kind of confusing, Tyler. And I know you don't want to be a rat.
No, I'm past that. Okay. I don't care. I want to do the right thing.
I know. I think you do too. But this thing about Payton, his involvement's a little more than what you're indicating. And I understand. He's your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Brent's not. And maybe Brent is a sociopath.
I just wasn't let in on all of these details, you know, like...
What time did you get... Well, let's back up just a little bit. What time did you get to the West Pole?
To the West Pole. Like,
But when this plan to go to Acme was established?
well, let's see. And it wasn't actually Acme that we were saying that we were going, that anybody said we were going to. It's to the mountain. That's all that I didn't know. 'Cause I wouldn't have known where Acme was. I wouldn't have known where that was. So that she's gonna meet us up in the mountain, and I'm having a hard time knowing what time it was, because I don't even, like, not having a phone kind of fucks that up for that situation. But
So you were with Payton when you were at West Pole, where you met up with Brent?
well, that was Payton's residence where he was living, was
And
there.
was Brent there, or did you meet him somewhere else, or did
Brent, I think, I was trying to think of when Brent came into the situation, because me and Payton, it was just me and Payton, because I was sitting there crying my heart out because of my relationship problems, and, so it must have been, I don't know, it must have been around fucking 4 or 4:30.
Why was Brent included, do you know?
Brent's the firewood guy, there we go. Brent was outside stacking firewood,
Okay.
and Payton asked him for a ride.
Okay.
Okay, that's what it was. Sorry, I'm not trying to fucking go back. I'm sorry that I lied to you guys earlier, but I'm really not trying to.
No, we believe you.
Brent was out doing the firewood, and I was getting kind of tired of listening to Payton. And so I went outside and smoked a cigarette, and honestly felt bad because I seen an older man doing all this firewood by himself, and I offered him my help. So I offered to take we're taking firewood out and stacking it, and then, but I still hadn't even gotten his name at that point. And then that's when Payton came out, and he sparked a cigarette and was talking about he needed to get to the mountain ASAP. And told us, he's like, hey, I'll give you $50 if you drive me out there. And that's when Brent said it was okay, and there wasn't any. Their little plan wasn't devised until the way up, because the only reason I went with him was because I didn't have anywhere else to go. I couldn't call Courtney to come and pick me up, because her and I, like I said, had been arguing, and I didn't want Courtney to pick me up quite yet, because I don't know, we have our relationship issues, and like, I don't normally ever leave her side unless we're really getting to a point where I feel like I need to leave, because I'm not a woman, or I'm not, I try to be a decent human being. I've fucked up enough in my past as it is, and I couldn't be around Courtney at the time because she was pushing every single button that she knows how to push correctly, if you know what I mean.
Allegedly, Payton and Brent were the ones who set up the entire deal. More specifically, it was Brent's idea to rob her, and he set the location. If we believe this narrative, then it is unlikely Tyler wasn't already aware of the plan before he got into the car.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
No, you're doing fine. Just you answered it. It was where you met up with Brent and what time.
He ended up being, because he's a friend of Scott's.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the same age as Scott. I'm assuming he's a friend of Scott's. I've never seen him there before. I had only been to Payton's property there maybe 3 or 4 times. Mm-hmm. And, of course, Payton wasn't living there long. He doesn't usually ever live anywhere very long.
So you get So when you left there, you didn't go back, right?
Mm-mm.
And you're positive?
When we left Paul Road?
No, the river property. After the whole mayhem and Darian's ran over, you didn't go back there.
No, I know I did not go back. I can't speak for Brent.
And then you went Mosquito Lake Road up to the hill?
That's, well, I don't know, what's the
Up
road
to
we
Paradise.
what's the road we came in on, I guess.
Mosquito Lake Road.
Oh, it's all Mosquito Lake Road. No, we went, after that happened, we went, I feel like we were in the fucking car for hours, but we went, and we got dropped off at High Notes, and that's when...
Then what happened after High Notes?
After High Notes, Payton had somewhere to go in Paradise, which again, I don't know where I'm not from that area. I'm not very familiar with that area at all. But she did she let Payton drive. She let Payton drive. We went to Paradise. We were there for all of about maybe 10-15 minutes in a sketchy trailer or whatever. That's where Payton was, and me and Aaliyah were in the car, and I was just silent because I barely know Aaliyah, and when I did know her, she was like a lot like a minor when I was just barely 18, and I didn't really have wasn't really much to talk about, and I was feeling nauseous the whole entire time. I haven't really not felt nauseous.
What was Payton doing there at that place?
I mean, I'm assuming either getting or selling drugs.
Okay.
I usually don't ask those type of questions just because.
What did you and Payton talk about then? What was the plan after that?
It really wasn't a plan because we both thought she was alive. Our plan was just I was expecting her to retaliate or something, her to send her people somewhere or something like that, and I didn't want to be there when that happened. I didn't feel like I deserved it. I didn't feel like I shouldn't have been a part of it.
But Payton clearly knows that we're looking for him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys talked in the last day or so? What's the conversation like?
He's talking about himself.
What else did he say?
He's kept asking for he's asking for my reassurance. He's like, you know I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a murderer. He's not. I mean, he's not. He is not that person.
Is he planning on getting out of the area?
I don't know if he's planning on continuing living.
Why do you say that? What exactly did he say, Tyler?
He just got done talking about how he's gonna kill himself.
What did you tell him?
I told him that I'd kill him. I told him that I'll fucking make his life hell when I see him again. Cause that's not. First of all, that's not justice for anybody. And I'm sure that gal's family wants it.
So where's Payton right now, Tyler?
I don't know the address, but I know the general area. But
How do you guys communicate?
he called me from someone's phone. Called my fiance's phone from someone's phone. And
Is he out on the reservation?
no. he is where he's at, but I don't want to say what's in it for me, but I mean, I really hope you guys understand, I didn't want this. This was not my fault. This is not my fucking... This is not something I would ever even write about in a book.
Well, we believe you,
Make
Tyler.
up.
You're clearly upset. It's obviously bothering you an awful lot. And you clearly feel bad. But I think to answer your question, the fact that you are cooperating, and obviously we got off to a bad start, but a lot of what you're telling us is you are filling in the blanks. You are giving us a better idea.
I'm scared for Payton, but he got me in this situation.
Yeah, he did.
Agate Bay.
Agate Bay.
Her driveway on the right.
Okay. And who lives there?
I don't know, yeah. I can't remember anybody's name. I know it's a buddy of mine, Cody Stalker, his brother, and his brother's girlfriend are the ones who own the place.
Okay. Cody Stalker? Sorry, is that... Okay. Does he have a gun? Does he...
Payton?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Anybody in that house with guns? Or anybody...
No. Well, I can't say that, but I don't think so. I really don't.
Is it a family that lives out there?
I'm not sure. I've never really hung out at that place, but
How do you know he's staying there?
he told me.
Okay.
And like that, let's see, I'm trying to, I think it was the day before yesterday, I gotta get the rest. Day before yesterday, he was trying to get me to pick him up so we could bounce town and this and that, and
Okay.
and the reason I know he hasn't left town is because he doesn't have very many other people besides me.
Right.
And but I told him I wasn't gonna run because that would make me look really guilty.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, I don't want that full of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cause he didn't want none of this either. I know for a fact he didn't.
Why do you think, why won't he just turn himself in then?
He would.
I think so.
He would, yeah. If he didn't, I know he's not gonna run. He doesn't have anywhere to go. He doesn't have money.
Yeah.
But I just don't want him to himself.
Right. Is there a phone number that we could call that you would have, that we could call to try and communicate with him so we don't cause an incident out there? If he could just come outside the door. Because you know how things work with the Facebook and social media. Everybody's saying all these different things. And
Oh, of course, yeah, no.
Your call has
How
been
about if I
forwarded to an...
text her and tell her that
Text
you
her.
want to talk to her.
Yeah.
I don't know if sorry, I had to go to the restroom. Did you talk to him today?
Today, no, I have not talked to him today. I talked to him last night. And
So last night was the last time you knew him to be at the Agate Bay.
I was aggravated.
Is he just hanging out?
He's like paranoid as hell.
What's he driving?
He doesn't drive. He doesn't drive.
A couple months ago he was in a pursuit, wasn't he?
I don't think he's ever personally owned a vehicle. Yeah, he's Yeah, he's not driving anything. I know the owner of the house there drives like some type of BMW, like a car. I don't know what color it is. It was dark. It was dark the only time I've ever seen it. But it could be white. It could be light brown. I'm not sure.
Let's try this.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
Hey, it's Tyler.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Just, the most. Doing the most.
Are you at home or what?
No.
Where are you?
I'm, getting
Wait.
what we were talking about.
Anyways, I need that fucking 398 number.
398 number?
Yeah.
What about it?
I need it.
For what?
'Cause I need to get a hold of Payton.
Okay.
Okay.
Hang on 1 second, let me find it. Which 398 number again?
It's like a 398. It's one of the most recent numbers, like, as of last night, yeah.
Coffin Tyler.
Who's that?
That's Gavin.
Okay.
360.
What the fuck are you doing, Gavin?
I told you. I'm doing what we were talking about.
You're just stupid. Okay, 360.
398. Sorry, my phone was
It's
on
fine.
vibrate. I didn't even hear it.
Thank you. Well, fucking stop hanging out with lames and go home, please.
I am.
Okay.
Alright, love you.
Love you too, bye.
Bye.
Okay, thanks, Tyler.
Yeah.
So you think if we go out there, we call that number, he's gonna come out? Is that a problem?
I can guarantee you nobody's gonna.
But he doesn't have any guns?
No guns.
Okay.
On my son's life, I know he doesn't have any guns.
Okay. He didn't say anything about hurting police or doing anything like
the only
that?
thing he's talking about is himself.
Okay.
And that's like, yeah. I don't think he's got the balls to do that either, though, because I know that takes a lot of courage. However, like the people that, whoever's number this is, I don't know. I feel like they'd probably lie for him, probably say he's not there, but he doesn't have anywhere else to go.
Yeah.
So
you last knew that he was there at what time?
Or 9 p.m., 10 p.m. as of last night.
Last night, meaning Tuesday night, or
Tuesday, Wednesday.
tonight? Today's Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday night.
Okay. And when was the last time you talked to him? That was it?
That was it.
Okay. If he's not there, where do you think he is?
He's not there. I don't think he's got the balls to go back to Scott's. I'd be surprised if he wasn't on Agate Bay. It's pretty secluded. It's not a place you can just hitchhike from or get a ride out of, or let alone he broke his phone, got rid of his phone and everything. He's been so paranoid. But,
so he's communicating with that phone though?
I don't know if he's communicating with that phone. I just know that that's the number he called me off of.
Okay.
So. But I don't see him being anywhere else. He doesn't have the money to go anywhere. He knows this is coming. I think it's hard for anybody to just walk downtown and turn themselves in, you know. But I'm just trying to do the right thing here.
We appreciate it, Tyler.
Did you guys talk about turning yourselves in, or talk about talking to the police?
I did, because I told him.
Well, a lot of people aren't in your situation because you got a child.
Yeah, well, I just told him, I told him exactly that. It's like, dude, put yourself in, I told him I wish he could try and put himself in my shoes, because he doesn't have kids or a kid, and doesn't have anybody really. And I don't know. I know he did not, him and I both did not expect that to happen, but also the driver had a lot more control in this.
Well, that's what we're wondering. Like, this driver's like our age. He's almost 50 years old, and it's like, why didn't you stop? Why not stop?
Because one thing I read in the report was that he said he wanted to stop, and he wanted to make sure the driver was okay. That was fucking bullshit. I went irate when I read that, because that is not true. That is the farthest thing from the truth. He kept going. He did not even hesitate. We both said, you can't leave her. Like, we can't leave her. And shut the fuck up. Telling us not to open our mouths, not to be a snitch. Nobody's gonna know.
Anything else you think we should know, Tyler? Anything that was said? Anything that might help you out anymore?
I don't really know anything else that will help me more than getting Payton here,
Can we also clear something up on, we keep hearing about this taser that's being used.
A taser being used?
Yeah.
No. A taser, I did have a taser, but I did not use it.
Because she does have two little taser marks right here.
Looks
like taser marks.
Yeah, no, the taser was only brought out, and because I was sitting, she's here on this side, and I'm over here, back here on this side, and all I did was in the air, and it scared.
To scare her?
To scare her, yeah. Well, because she was hanging on, and the dude was starting to speed up fast, But, dude, I wouldn't. My old lady has fucking kicked my ass a couple times, and I'm not the type of man to.
Is the taser in the car? Because I think did we tow it? I think we towed it.
In what car?
The Honda.
The Honda.
Or the car that you guys were, where were you guys picked up at?
From
just now, an hour ago.
Oh, in Save Point? No, it is not in the car, no.
Okay.
No.
Is that your personal taser, or what?
Yeah, that is my personal taser, yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's still at home. I could give you guys that, but I know for a fact I did not touch it.
Well, we might need it just to get some measurements off of it.
Of course.
Because you're telling us that you didn't tase her.
I did not, no.
But it looks like she has two taser marks on her chest.
No.
And Brent's saying that you tased her.
And Brent's saying that you were tased.
I only pulled it out and zapped it in the air, but I let my fiance tase me when I first got it, and it didn't even leave a mark. It's like I got it from Big 5. It's like a really low powered, it's nothing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got it. I mean, it is a serious crime, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So we want to make sure that we have all the elements of what people are saying, of what type of, her body tells a story, right?
Yeah. I noticed Brent is trying to make it seem like he didn't have any part of it. That's kind of how it seems,
that is true.
But I'll be 100% honest. I did pull a taser out, and the only reason I know it'd scare anybody is because by the sound of it, like everybody always like looks at you when you. But the only person it's ever actually been used on is myself.
And it's at which house?
It's at the
Lummi Shore.
Lummi Shore house, yes.
Okay.
And
in your bedroom with Courtney. Bedroom share?
She's not home right now. I would more than welcome I'd give it up. You know what I mean?
Okay. But maybe Courtney would do the same. Maybe Courtney would.
She would. I don't know what the hell she's doing right now, but
okay.
I would be willing to give that up 100% just because I know it was not used.
Okay.
So did you even see the car when you guys left? When you guys got back on the Mosquito Lake Road, did you even see her friends behind you?
No. I know that.
So when all the chaos started, did they just like sit there and go,
stayed there.
Like, what the hell's happening
Type
of deal?
Yeah, they didn't move, and then I don't know what they did.
Well, their car's a piece of shit.
Is it?
So, I mean, their claim to fame is that they couldn't get up and roll one and running properly to like go after you or follow them. Because it was just such a high, he accelerated so fast and just took off that they couldn't keep up. So
yeah, I believe that they were very capable of at least following us, or at least getting her into the car to take her to the hospital. I know that they were capable. If the car made it all the way up there to wherever they came from, I mean, I'm sure whoever, because I didn't know the other people, but I know that if that was my friend that I had driven somewhere, I would have taken her to the hospital, whether she was dead or not. You know?
Mm-hmm. Did the name Caitlin ever come up?
Caitlin?
Yeah. You know a girl named Caitlin?
I have an ex named Caitlin. Caitlin Hay? No.
I don't know.
Caitlin Hammond? Caitlin Dawn? Caitlin Down?
No.
Payton never mentioned her?
Mm-mm.
When he mentioned that robbery that Darian was involved with a couple of days prior,
mm-hmm.
what did he say about that?
That's really all he had said. He said that he was saying, he's like, this isn't, he was saying he doesn't think it'd be easy because she had just been robbed 2 days before. And that's what I thought, that's another thing I thought was kind of scandalous of my alleged best friend, because he's saying that she just got robbed 2 days before. Like, I'm kind of wondering why would you want to rob someone who just got robbed?
Yeah. How did he know that she was robbed?
I'm not, that's just what he told me, I don't know. If I had an answer to every single question, I would give it to you.
Do you remember him saying anything about Caitlin telling him or asking him to get money back for him, and Caitlin asking him to do this?
No, he never mentioned anything about Caitlin, no.
So you said you didn't think he had an ounce, but he had some.
He had it
cleared.
He had a lot. Yeah.
So So he robs her of $250, and then you guys go up to Paradise to. You didn't know what happened up there, to buy more or to sell it, or?
I stayed out in the car.
Where did you go up there? Candace's house?
Not Candace, no. It was,
You know Candace?
Yeah, I've met Candace once.
The tall Candace?
Tall chick, yeah.
No.
He said he's going to see his sister.
Okay. Tiffany?
Mhm.
She's living up on the hill?
I guess.
Hmm.
That's what's called the hill.
Well, they do. I mean, they call
The
it
mountain.
the
Mountain, yeah.
the mountain, the hill,
Paradise was never my stopping ground.
yeah. We try to avoid there too, but people make us go up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make, I mean, obviously we're not in his world, so that doesn't make sense to us. If he already has the dope, then he robs a gal, and then goes and does whatever he does up on the mountain.
Well, whatever shit he didn't have when we left.
And it didn't fall out the window.
Well, I mean, she wouldn't have given him the money without the drugs. And so, I mean, was there never drugs recovered?
Not to my knowledge, no.
I mean, and that, it would make sense to me why the kids didn't phone out right away, I guess. I don't know. Somebody got the drugs. I know for a fact Payton didn't have them, because he wouldn't have went to go get more.
But they were in the truck when you went there.
Yes, they were in the truck when we went there.
And
I saw him pass. I mean, maybe it was fake drugs or something, but I really don't think it was. I saw him pass a bag inside of, I think, a cigarette box to her, and then he also passed his little pipe out the window, and then she had given him the money, and then he said, go.
So how did the pipe, we know where you guys started from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of our CSI guys.
Yeah, of course.
Figured it out.
Yeah.
How did the pipe get all the way where her body was?
The pipe was where her body was?
Yeah.
Well, she hit it. I mean, she was smoking it for a second, and, I mean, she must have...
Brought it into the truck with her, or?
She never got in the truck.
No, I mean,
she must have had it in her hand,
Oh.
or had it with... It's so terrible.
so you never seen the bong back into the truck?
No. Mom never came back with us, and neither did the drugs.
Well, why was she upset if he'd passed her the drugs and she passed him the money and they completed the deal? Then what was the problem?
It's probably two things. It's A, the demeanor and how Payton said it. Go! You know, because it clearly wasn't the agreed upon amount.
Okay.
It's the demeanor. It must have not been the agreed upon amount, you know.
Okay. Or maybe it wasn't anything in there.
Maybe it wasn't anything in there either. I just feel like I don't know why we would have went to Paradise for him to get more.
Well, it seems, because we've been talking to some people that buy dope and
of course,
blah blah blah, and we know that they had an agreement for an ounce for $250. Doesn't that seem a little low to you?
Very, very low. Yes. Like I said, I've never even had that much in my life, but I'm pretty sure that it goes for like at least $350 to $400. That's what it seems like it go for. I mean, an ounce of weed used to be $250.
So why would he even bring the drugs up there if the whole intent was just to rob her of the money in the first place?
Because he felt bad, and the intent was never to her.
Right. No.
And
we understand that.
Yeah, and so I figure. I mean, this is my assumption, and it's. I guess if I put myself in my shoes, I would have given her whatever I had if I didn't have the full amount. I would have told her how much I had if that was the case. Like, it wouldn't. I don't know. Those are questions Payton would have, you know, and...
Was Brent smoking at all?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
On the drive up, or at Scott's house?
Not at Scott's house, and it was when we got to the park.
Oh.
He was smoking. I was smoking back before he had left, but I didn't smoke until after I had woken up.
I don't know that we have any more questions for you, Tyler.
Anything to add? Because otherwise I'll turn off the recording and you can finish your coffee and your pizza.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else.
It is clear that officers would be able to get more answers out of Payton, as he was the one responsible for Darian even coming to the deal in the first place. Luckily, with the information provided by Tyler, officers were able to pin down Payton's location to his sister's house, and he was subsequently arrested and brought in for an interview. It was finally time for officers to piece together all the information they were missing with the help of the most important assailant's narrative.
Thanks, guys. All right, Payton, this is Detective Sergeant Polander. See that sign right there? Audio-visual recording on these premises. We do that for all interviews. Okay, it's for our safety and your safety. To get an accurate record. I understand that when the guys picked you up, you read your rights. All right. I'm going to read them again and then have you sign that I read them to you. Okay. We'll talk about what you want to talk about. All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law, unless you want to read them. You want to read them?
No, I already know.
You have the right at this time to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. You're not under the age of 18. So everything, understanding of your rights, do you wish to talk to us?
Yes.
All right, today's date is 4/10/2020. It's 6 minutes after 12 a.m. Signature right there indicating that I just read you your rights and that you're aware of your rights. All right. So why do you think you're here, Payton?
I already know why.
All right. So do you want to talk to us about that or ask us questions or just tell us what happened?
I mean, I guess I would say I set up a drug deal. The drug deal went bad. Did not know anything else after that because dude kept driving. But I was a passenger.
I understand that. Yeah, we get that.
I was a passenger. I don't understand, like, I didn't even do anything to her.
Yeah. So, the drug deal, how was that established?
The drug deal?
Yeah, like, I guess established meaning how did you reach out to her or did she reach out to you?
She reached out to me.
And that was at like what time?
I don't remember.
You still want your drug?
Okay.
But I was a passenger. I didn't hit her. I didn't touch her. I didn't do none of that. I'm not the one who tased her. I'm not none of that. You know, like, I understand where I could be getting charged, but I don't understand like why I'm being charged with something so serious.
Well, that's what happens when we have a crime rate, and we
You don't know what to do.
Well, no, we figure out people. All right. So we have the circumstances of what we think happened, right? So then we continue to investigate them. And then we arrest one person, right? The driver.
Yeah,
You know that.
of course, yeah.
And we get his side of the story. So then we go off of that. So then we arrest Tyler, right? And he tells us a totally different story. And now it's your side of the story, correct? We understand you're just a passenger, but we want you to fill in the blanks that maybe we don't know. You know, Brent told us one story.
Brent.
Tyler told us, filled in a little more detail, and now it's your opportunity to tell us what. Okay, that's all it is.
What do you want to know?
So you set up a drug deal with Darian.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you please not say your name? I'm so fucked up from it.
No, that's okay. Oh, we won't. What do you want us to say? The girl? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's back up. So you know her
Yes.
from previous.
Yes.
You had a relationship with her?
Yes. Friends, yeah.
Well, I thought you had an intimate relationship for about a month after she got out of prison or jail, DOC.
Yeah.
So you've always known her?
Yes. It wasn't meant to go down like that.
Tell us what you remember.
I didn't do it.
I know. Tell us what you remember.
How am I being charged with it?
Because it's in the commission of another crime.
So am I going to be charged with the same one?
Yeah.
Murder one?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Is it a fightable case?
that's up to you and your attorney. I can't tell you that. Can't give you any legal advice.
Am I the only one?
All three of you.
Payton, he already told you that they already gave their version of what happened. So what he's asking you is for you to basically go through and say, this happened, and this happened, and that happened, because their accounts are a little bit different, and yours probably will be too, right? But we weren't there.
It was a drug
You
deal
were.
gone bad. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Feel horrible. Dude wouldn't stop driving the car.
Yeah. Tyler said that.
Dude would not stop driving the car.
Were you pleading with them? Tell us about it.
What's pleading me?
Pleading means stop.
Go.
Brent, stop.
We told him to stop, yeah.
Go,
Yeah.
stop, go, stop. Whatever you were saying to him.
We told him, and he said no. So. But I understand why the people with her didn't call the cops.
It's no secret you've been in this game for a long time, right?
Yes.
How often do people call the cops when they get scared?
Actually,
Right.
a lot.
Well, I don't know about that. It really has to hit them in the heart to call 911. Because nobody wants to be a snitch. Nobody wants to be involved with the police, because a lot of people have had bad interactions with the police, right? So it's no secret that they didn't call. They're in the same boat as you, right?
They're being charged too?
Well, we haven't got to that point yet. They're cooperating. They've told their side of the story. I can tell you that the reason why we were looking for you is, one, you were in the car. You were involved. We talked to those two people in the car, and we talked to the other two people in your car, right? So now it's your turn to tell us what happened.
That's what happened. Drug deal went bad.
Yeah.
How about the drug?
What?
How about the drug deal? What was it for?
Money.
No, I know, but like, what was the terms, right? What kind of quantity
An ounce
of,
of meth.
and how much was she gonna pay you?
$250.
Okay. And whose idea was it to meet at the park?
Brent's.
How'd you communicate with her with all this? like text message or?
Yeah.
Text message or how?
Just I never even heard of that park. Right. Brent's from Acme.
Yeah.
So were you like texting the phone or?
Yeah.
Okay. Over like an app or just in a text message or like is it a social media thing or?
It's just a social media thing.
What one?
Facebook.
Okay. So Messenger?
Yes.
Okay. And so you're communicating with her directly, just you two? Okay.
Brent set it all up. The place.
Put the plan in motion
this
or
was-
what?
It wasn't meant to happen like this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not,
Mhm.
neither one of those two are.
Who had
He ran her over. It was an accident.
It was an accident?
It was.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to take nobody's life, no.
Right, no. Nobody's
And I wasn't
saying,
even driving,
you're,
I wasn't driving the car.
nobody said you're, people said you weren't a, you've been reading too much shit on Facebook, haven't you?
I haven't even looked.
Okay, your sister's been telling you what people have been saying. Is that what's
Talking shit,
happening?
a lot of people talking.
Yeah, is that what you're thinking? We don't think you're,
I
we
didn't-
want the facts, we're objective.
I want
we-
to be in charge with a murder.
Well, that's the RCW. For the totality of the circumstances, meaning the actions that took place. All right? What do you think should be charged? An accident and nothing?
Not murder one. I didn't premeditate this shit.
Mm.
And nobody even, it wasn't even supposed to happen like that.
How was it supposed to happen?
That's what we're trying to tell you, ask you. Brent has a different story, I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay? And I will tell you, if
I
you
heard
tell
I
me
read a
your
little
story,
bit of it, yeah.
and I'll tell you what Brent
He's
told
trying
me.
to say I paid him and all sorts of stuff to do this and that, and
Yeah.
that's not true.
Well, that's what he's telling us. What if it's not true? Then tell us what happened.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you start at the beginning of the night?
Dude. Dope. Supposedly, but he didn't.
Who?
I took the money, and that's it.
Who had the dope? Supposedly Brent? And so, did he contact you? Did you contact him?
We were already together.
You were together? And so, how did you get that girl in particular
She hit me up.
to buy drugs?
Yes.
Okay, what, and she wanted an ounce, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And you stated the price,
No, she stated the price.
which was
$250.
$250. Okay. So you guys were together. What rig were you in?
I don't even remember what kind of car he has.
Car, pickup?
Truck.
What color?
White.
Okay. So he was driving?
Yeah.
Where were you sitting?
Passenger.
Is there anyone else with you?
Yeah, Tyler.
Okay. Where was he sitting?
Right next to me.
So you're in the front passenger seat, Brent's driving, and Tyler's sitting in the
Excuse me,
middle?
He was right behind me.
In the back?
Yeah.
So Tyler's in the back?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are all three together.
Yeah.
Darian hits you up for drugs.
Yeah.
And you say, yeah, I got some.
Yeah.
You agree to $250.
Yeah.
And how did the park come into play? Whose idea was it to go to the park?
It was Brent's.
Brent's idea?
Brent's idea for the meetup.
But you're the one communicating with
Yes.
with her over Messenger.
Yeah, but he chose the area.
Okay. So
This wasn't just my idea.
okay. So you're saying Brent chose the park, right? So then you communicate to her, hey, how about the park? Does she know where it's at?
Yes, yes. No, she
Or did
didn't.
you have to
Her buddy
give her-
did. Her buddy did.
Her buddy did?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you have to give her directions?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Oh, I did because Brent told me how to do it. Yeah, I've never even been to Acme, that park before, so that was my first time there.
How long do you think it took from when you started talking to her, when she hit you up to buy, to when you met at the park? How long of a time frame?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half? And it was dark out? Like middle of the night, or what time of day was it?
Morning time.
Like what time?
Like 3, 4.
Okay, so it was dark out?
I actually don't remember the time, so don't quote me on that.
Okay. But you guys met at the park?
Yes.
Okay, so did you guys get there first?
Yes.
In the truck?
Yes.
So where did you go when you got to the park?
Just we're sitting in the middle of the road, or sitting on the side of the road waiting for her to come. I grabbed the money, he drove off.
Did any other cars pull in there when you guys were there?
No.
So that park, I mean, we've been there, obviously, right? You were there. You're out at the road, and then it drives and hits gravel road.
Yeah, we were on gravel road.
And then it winds way to the back to this big parking area. Where were you guys in the park?
In the middle of it, like right before the gate.
Like at the back?
Yeah.
So back where like the big parking area where the horse trailers park and stuff?
I don't know, there was nothing there.
But at the back, the big wide open area.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you guys were just waiting for them to show up.
Yeah.
And so no other cars came except for that one?
No.
And
not that I know of.
what car did they show up in?
I don't even remember the color car, to be honest.
Do you know who was in the car with her?
No.
Okay. So what happened? The car pulls up.
She goes to the side, I grab the money. Brent tries to take off. Tyler tases her.
So you said...
The only thing I did, because she hit me in the face, is I blocked her. I didn't touch her. I don't hit girls.
Hang on, she hit you in the face?
Yeah.
Where at in the face?
Right here. She wasn't hard, though.
Oh, is that
More like grab me.
Is that why it's a little puffy right there?
Is it puffy?
Okay. So you said, so they pull up, and did she get out of the car, or were you guys parked next to each other like car to car?
Car to car, but she got out of the car.
And came to your window?
Mm-hmm.
And did she hand you money, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what did you do?
We drove off. Tried to.
Did you count it? I mean, did you verify the amount or anything?
No.
You just trusted that she had $250 because she said she did?
Did at any time did the exchange of dope happen?
No.
Just
There was no dope.
grab the money and...
Yeah.
What do you mean there was no dope?
There was, but not a lot.
Not an ounce.
Not an ounce.
So you guys knew that you were going to sell $250 worth, but she wasn't going to get that much?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. She's expecting an ounce, though, for $250. Is it? Okay. So she gave you the money?
And then we tried to leave.
And she wasn't having it.
Uh-uh.
Because she just got ripped 2 days before. Right? Because we got that report from Cedar Woolley. You know that, right? Because she told you about it, right? How did that conversation... Tyler said you guys talked about her getting ripped a couple days prior.
That's what she said.
Did you know before she said that, or...
Yeah, I knew.
From who?
Her.
Not from Caitlin?
Who's Caitlin?
Do you know Caitlin Townsend?
No, I don't know who that is.
Caitlin Dawn?
Don't know who that
From
is.
Skagit?
Don't know.
Oh.
How about Joe?
Joe.
Workman?
Don't know him.
But you knew that she got jumped and beat up and her stuff
I
got
didn't
taken?
know that. I didn't know that. She didn't tell me that.
Yeah, she did. She told you she
She
got
told me
robbed.
she got
robbed.
She got robbed.
No.
But she didn't say anything like that.
Okay, so she gave you the money, and then did Brent just spontaneously decide to take off on his own, or was there conversation, or?
I mean, in the beginning, yeah, that was the plan.
Is to get the money and then he take off?
Yeah.
And not give her any dope?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys intended to rip her off? I mean, that was the plan. So Brent took off, and was she inside the window? Did she grab onto something?
Yeah, she tried to grab onto something. I don't know what she grabbed onto.
What did she grab onto?
She tried to grab onto me, but then she's grabbing onto the door, and then Tyler tased her.
So, and the vehicle's moving, right? And she's on the vehicle. And is she screaming or saying stop? Or you said she hit you. At what point did she hit you?
I don't think she hit me. She like grabbed my face.
Oh, like just grabbed at it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you didn't hit her back or anything?
No, I never hit her.
Okay. And so was she just like dangling from the side of the vehicle, or was she...
Where'd she go?
Well, she's driving along, or Brent's driving along, and she's along for the ride. Is she dangling? Is she running on the ground, or is she standing on something, or...
I'm not sure what she was standing on the side of the door. I don't know what she was standing on, but she wouldn't, yeah.
But she wasn't getting off.
Until Brent started driving really crazy.
How fast?
So, yeah.
Like 40 miles an hour.
40?
But he kept jerking the...
Okay. And Tyler, you said Tyler tased her at some point during that?
Yeah.
Where did he tase her at?
I'm not, in the neck, I think, or in the arm.
So, I
But
mean...
then that's when she fell.
Is when she got tased?
When she started getting tased, he tased her for a good minute.
What kind of you say taser? Like, what's it look like? What do you mean?
I don't know, it's purple.
Purple? Okay, is it one of those ones like, does it shoot darts out like the police ones, or is it just like a stun gun with the prong thing?
Yeah.
Okay. And it kind of zaps, like tick, 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 makes noise? Okay. And so when she got tased, she fell off, you said?
Yeah. Took her a while, but yeah.
Payton has mostly told the truth, except, like Tyler, he is severely undermining his role in Darian's death. Brent and Tyler both claimed that Payton indeed hurt Darian to some extent. They both also said that Payton had opened his passenger door, which resulted in Darian being in an even more critical situation. But this is just the start of his lies. As the officer asks him more questions, he begins to suddenly experience short-term amnesia.
So when she fell off, what happened? Was Brent still driving? Did
Brent
he stop?
just kept driving. I was like, dude. And Tyler's like, dude. And he's like, nope, I'm out of here. He actually almost crashed leaving out of that place. Because he was going so fast.
Okay. So when she fell off, what happened? Did Brent stop?
No.
Did he hit the brakes?
No.
How did she fall off? I mean, she's hanging right inside
She
your
tased.
window.
She got tased, and then she just fell off. Well, he kept jerking, and then she fell off.
Did she fall?
How'd the door come open?
The door's never open.
Okay. That's just what we heard. See, you're filling us in other things. How'd the bong fall off?
The bong?
Yeah.
Because we gave it to her to hold.
Oh, so she
It
was...
was a sacrifice, I guess.
She was flying down the road and holding on to the bong?
Oh, the bong fell long before that. Long before that.
Fell where? What do you mean?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it fell. Unless she had it in her hand the whole time.
Inside the truck? Outside the truck?
Outside the truck.
But you don't think it was in her hands while he was driving crazy?
I don't remember. I was high out of my mind.
Okay. So when she fell off, the vehicle was still moving?
Yes, the vehicle was moving.
Did Brent stop at all?
No.
Did he slam on the brakes?
No.
So she fell off, and he just kept driving, is what you're saying?
So, did she get run over, or did she hit something?
That's what we're asking you. You were there. We weren't.
I don't know. I saw her moving when we left.
What do you mean?
I turned around.
What do you mean?
I turned around.
So
I saw their car pulling up to her.
And she was moving?
Well, it looked like it. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I was high out of my mind.
Right.
But I just want to know, did she get run over?
Well, what do you mean she was moving? Like, was she flat on the ground, or was she sitting up? or?
She was flat on the ground.
But what
It
do you-
looks like she just fell off the truck. That's what it looks like.
Okay, so you tell me, did you hear a pop?
No.
Did you feel the truck run over?
No.
But you were high.
Yeah, it was high.
And then you look back and she's on her back, laying flat on the ground. Not moving at all or sitting up or... But you saw the car come up to her.
Well, you said you looked back and she was moving. What do you mean by that?
Like, it looked like she was moving. I don't know. Like I said, I was high.
Okay.
But I don't know if she was for sure.
And then
But dude wouldn't stop the car.
Brent,
Yeah.
your pickup.
Yeah.
But you
No,
said
no, not my pickup. I don't have a pickup.
no, the pickup you were in.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So you guys are still driving, but you look back and you said the other car with her friends pulled up.
Yeah.
And what did they do?
I don't know. Dude kept driving.
Did that car stop?
Yeah, it did stop.
Did you see anybody get out?
He was gone too fast. After that,
Who?
Brent.
Oh, so did you see anybody get out of that car when they pulled up to her?
No, I didn't.
Okay. But you saw them pull.
Pull up next, yes.
Okay. And then you guys were out of there.
Yeah.
Where did you go? Did you take a right and head east,
I,
or
to be honest, I have no idea, but we kept driving for like 2 hours.
where'd you drive to?
Just all these back roads.
2 hours covers a lot of ground.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea where we were. We ended up in Maple Falls. We ended up dropping me off at Shell Station to get picked up.
By who? Who picked you up? We've already talked to her.
Aaliyah.
Yeah. And we have you on camera.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go print a picture real quick and show him. Oh, maybe we have it on our phones, don't we?
What is it? I don't want to see it.
Oh, no.
No. You want one of these?
Thumbs up. No. You can show him that.
Oh. So where did you get dropped off at? You say he dropped you off.
Is it the Shell or the High Notes?
High Notes?
Was it High Notes? Let me see.
Well, no, but he drove you around and he dropped you guys off somewhere.
We're not gonna answer your questions we're not gonna answer your answer or say the answers for you, right?
You already know.
We're asking you
Well,
to tell us.
have to tell us.
So Brent, you guys are driving around, you go to Maple Falls, and then he drops you guys off.
He gets gas and then drives us.
Where do you get?
Driving, then we come out and then go through Sumas, go through Everson, and then drops us off at High Notes.
Where did he get gas at?
Maple Falls.
So,
The Shell.
Shell? Like in Kendall?
Yeah.
Or all the way up in Maple Falls?
Yeah.
Who paid for it?
Brent.
Cash?
No, he had a card.
Card?
The store was closed.
Okay. And then you drive all around and you end up where? Where did he drop
High
you?
Notes.
At High Notes Corner.
Yeah.
So High Notes, I know High Notes is Hannigan and Pole Road, and there's the market there with the gas pumps, right? And there's a gas station across the street, but Hannigan and Pole, right? That's the High Notes you're referring to? Okay. So Aaliyah, you said, picked you up. What rig was she in?
Honda.
What color?
I forgot. I think silver or black.
Okay. Who drove?
I did.
Okay. Where'd you drive to?
Maple Falls.
Where did you go before Maple Falls?
Oh my! I saw.
What's this mean to you? That's you driving the car.
Oh, the Chevron
Where?
on Pole Road. And Guide.
And guy. So the Chevron.
Midway.
Okay, so this is you, clearly, right? And Aaliyah, her black Honda, and,
Sorry.
right. Okay, so this is at 8 a.m. And you talked to your mom at the gas pumps. The clerk said, oh, his mom was there getting gas. And so you talked to her, right? So, mom leaves, you leave, where'd you go?
to her house so she could give me some birthday money.
Oh, doesn't she live in Pullman Circle?
Yeah.
Oh, so you went there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then where'd you go?
And then I left.
You all left
Yeah.
in the black car.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you go?
Maple Falls.
So you drove straight up to Maple Falls.
I had to buy heroin.
Where
What?
at?
I thought you were a clear guy.
No, I'm both.
Oh.
Who told you that?
The last two people we talked to.
So where'd you go in Maple Falls to buy heroin?
Just just surprises me.
You're not getting in trouble for buying
we're
drugs.
not.
That's a non-issue. We're just, again, verifying that you can tell us the truth, and it's kind of a non-factor at this point.
I really don't want to say who I got it from, but I bought heroin.
Okay. So when you say Maple Falls, though, do you mean all the way back up by the gas station, or in
Paradise.
Paradise? Okay.
This explains the part where Tyler claimed he didn't know what Payton went to do in Paradise when they were picked up by a girl named Aaliyah. He had stopped to buy another dose of heroin from the money he had just stolen from the girl he killed.
So, bought some heroin, then where'd you go?
Then I went home.
So you went back there, and meaning all three of you?
No, Brent. Aaliyah?
Aaliyah and Tyler?
Us three, yeah.
Okay. And then, did you all hang out there, or?
Yeah, smoked some shards, some crystal, did some dark, and then everybody left.
Everybody. So you too?
Excuse me. I left too, yeah. Where'd I go? I think I went over to Thomas's.
Who's Thomas?
On the corner of Old Guy and Bull, I think.
Oh, that's the first house? Right on Old Guide off Pole? Yeah, we talked to Thomas.
Were you staying there?
I have in the past.
So, not the last 4 days. You've been up on the hill all 4 days?
When, recently?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say where I was.
Well, on that note, how come? You weren't at Agate House last night, were you? Were you? You hid from us? Seriously, we like to know that stuff.
I wasn't there.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
You weren't there when we were there,
No. I left an hour before.
but you were there before. So how did that go? Who called you? How'd you know to leave? Someone called you and said,
that so-and-so got pulled over, this and that and that, and I left.
because you got spooked? Like, uh-oh, gig's up? Okay. How'd you leave?
Got a ride.
Where to? Kendall? What time was that at?
5 o'clock, 6, 7, 8 o'clock.
In the evening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dark.
So after she got stopped, she called and said, hey, Tyler got hooked up, and... Okay.
So you talk about her friends. They should have called 911. How come you didn't?
I didn't know. Honestly. I promise you I didn't know.
You didn't know she was...
No.
How come you wouldn't have called in an incident like that? In case maybe she was badly hurt, at the very least. Because you make... I mean... You kind of make a big deal out of her friends not calling 911. But you didn't. Tyler didn't. Brent didn't.
Kind of got told, you know. I'm the only one who thought she was fine. Everybody else thought she wasn't.
You thought she was fine. They
But
thought she was hurt.
Huh?
You thought she was okay.
Yes.
Brent and Tyler thought that she was hurt. So was there any talking, like, we heard that you were punching her, trying to get her off the car.
No, I
That's
never
not true.
punched her. No.
Did the words "get the f*** out of here, Brent" come out of your mouth?
way before that was even an issue, but I said, let's get out
Well,
of
yeah.
here. Yeah, I said,
Yeah.
let's get out of here.
When you got the money, right?
Yeah.
And that's when he punched it and took off?
Would it surprise you if somebody said that she was on the hood?
From Brent and Tyler's testimonies and the evidence, the officers already know exactly what has happened and that Payton is purposefully withholding information. Therefore, they have started to confront him with the facts to gauge his reaction and see just how honest he is willing to be with his alibi. But even though Payton knows Tyler and Brent have already spilt everything, he is adamant about not being a snitch and continues to lie that he doesn't remember.
Of the car at one point?
She was not on the hood. She could have been, but she was more in the door.
Yeah. Well, would it surprise you if we can tell by the evidence on that scene that there was braking, that the vehicle did brake at one point? Like,
The vehicle was driving pretty fast. And
Yeah,
There's a
remember
brake mark.
Remember when I said that he was like wobbling around and stuff,
yeah,
and he stopped to a halt, and then she fell off.
yeah. She wasn't on top of the hood. She didn't slide
I can't,
across.
honestly, I was high out of my mind. I can't remember what, like, it's still kind of like fuzzy.
You just said he stopped to a halt.
Not like stopped to a halt, but he like didn't even start to like.
I'm just repeating what you said. You said he stopped to a halt. But he obviously slowed down, right?
Yeah,
There was
he
a
slowed
brake mark.
down, but he never stopped the car directly.
And that, during that period, she fell off or got off the vehicle? So if the vehicle slowed, it would be natural for her to go forward still. Because people stay in motion, right? Until they hit something or hit the ground or whatever.
Could he have swerved around her where she hit the ground, in your opinion?
I don't remember.
I think you're avoiding the question, dude.
Like, what do you mean?
Here's the deal.
Because when we talk about the time she came off the truck to the time you're hauling ass getting out of there, it's a blank memory in your mind. And I understand that, right? You're trying to forget about it, okay? But we want to know details. Sometimes that does matter.
He never stopped the car. That's how I...
Okay, he slowed down.
Otherwise, we would all got out. Yeah, he slowed down, but he never stopped the car.
Right. And?
The only time he stopped the car, I think, or slammed on the brakes is when he almost crashed. But that was after she fell.
You kind of keep dancing around the whole part where she fell off the truck and then you got out of there, and there's a lot that happens in there,
Wait,
right?
repeat that one more time? Sorry, I'm dope sitting.
I know. You kind of dance around it a little bit. So she fell off, and like you asked us earlier, did she get run over?
Yeah,
That's what we're asking you.
That's
Do you
what
know
I don't
that?
know. That's what I don't know, because I tried to tell them, no, nothing happened to her. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think anything happened to her, and they were all freaking out.
Did they think something did?
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't report it, because I was the only one who thinking they did. She didn't.
Why did they think something did? Is it because the truck made a big
I thought they were
bouncing
high.
motion, or
I never heard nothing.
did you feel anything?
But then again, I was high out of my mind.
Would it surprise you if we told you that she got ran over by the truck?
No, I mean, no, but it sucks.
It does suck.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I feel horrible.
So it doesn't surprise you that she got ran over by the truck?
I mean, that's what they told me, but I didn't know. Like, I didn't know for sure. I thought they were high.
Would it surprise you that she was alive for a brief moment, like you say?
While you guys were leaving?
So she did move.
Yeah.
I did see it. I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I thought she was okay.
Can I show you this? You said the stun gun was purple.
It was purple.
Did it look something like that?
Yes. Exactly like that.
That's from Big 5. Because he said he had a Big 5 one.
He admitted to it?
Yep, he did. He gave us a little clearer picture of what happened. How she was ran over. Right. That's why I'm asking you, it's
I-
like you say,
I was
it is a
high,
big difference if she just falls off, right, and hits her head or hits the back tire, or if she falls in the front. That's why I asked you, do you think he had time to swerve? But you said you were high, so.
I was high in my mind, yes.
I took a screenshot of that, 'cause he said, this is a purple Tracer, as you described, from Big 5 Sporting Goods. Did Courtney call you and tell you that he was arrested?
No.
Jesse? Jesse was in custody.
Who?
Amand. You know him?
No. I know him, yeah.
Who called you when you were at the Agate house that prompted you to leave?
Cody.
Oh.
Cody. This Cody?
No.
I forget his last name.
Stalker.
Cody Stalker.
Oh, Stalker. Yeah, that's Harkness's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got a question for you. Zach got in a little pursuit the night before down in Skagit County. He was driving like crazy and ran from the cops.
Did he?
Well, kind of heard that you were in that car with him. You don't sound super convinced about that answer. It's okay. It's neither here nor there. But again, we're just trying to verify what we hear, right? And that's kind of.
I wasn't with him. I was only with him one night.
What night was that?
The night they told me I needed to leave.
Where'd
I
you
got the call.
Where'd you go?
Next door. I hid in the woods, and then I got a ride.
Well, so you were in the woods when all the deputies were there? No shit. Wow. So you weren't with him the night before in his car? Did he say anything to you about that?
I never really talked to him.
So you just hid in the woods? Just
Up the road, though. Way up the road.
like further from town?
Yeah.
So you just took off on foot, and did you hide by a building or just trees or?
By a shed.
Okay. And then someone picked you up from there? Brought you to Kendall. So they told you
You okay?
Dope sick.
You been off for a while?
Like 2 days, yeah. Ever
Well,
since
that's
all
good.
Since all this
I know it's hard, but that's pretty good.
Since all this stuff happened, I've been falling off completely.
So since this happened and you were going to Kendall on Pole Road, on Agate, Bay Lane.
I was never on pole. In the last 4 days?
No, you said right after you guys drove to your RV, did some dope, and then you went
I left.
to Agate, or to Thomas's, and then you made your way to Agate, right? Did you, so from when this happened with the girl, did you leave Whatcom County and go down to Cedar-Woolley or Concrete or anything like that at all? Or have you been in Whatcom County the whole time?
Yeah, I've been in Whatcom County.
Okay. Did you know that you were wanted by the police?
For questioning, yeah.
Okay. Did you ever think about just, oh shit, maybe I should
I was
just...
going to. That's the crazy part. I was going to get some sleep, and I was going to in the morning.
Hang on. I couldn't understand that. You were what?
I was going to contact you guys.
Like how?
Police, 911.
Just call 911? And say what?
That I was ready to talk.
Okay. It's like tomorrow morning? This morning? But you didn't leave the county. You've been in Whatcom County the whole time.
I can't get out of this county.
How come? Last time you went to California, didn't you?
No, nobody wants to deal with me right now.
Well, it is tough, right? Did you smoke tonight?
Did I smoke tonight? Oh, Crystal, yeah.
Yeah. So while you're sick, you're needing the heroin.
Yeah.
What do you think? You're considering this an accident.
It
I
was
want- I
not
wanna see-
intentional. It's not, I
Well,
promise.
I understand that. Okay. But what do you think should happen?
I feel like it's the driver's fault. It's my fault too, but I feel like it's the driver's fault a lot. And
Okay, well, if you can
I
remember.
didn't assault her. I did not touch her. That's the only thing I didn't do. I just took the money.
You weren't pushing her off the truck,
No.
slapping her,
No.
tasing her?
No. Is that what they said? They said I tased her?
No,
Oh.
no. It's been
No.
clear that Tyler had to tase her. He admitted it, Brent said it. Brent was talking about, you know, you all were trying to say, get off the truck, you know, pushing her, punching her, hitting her.
She was never hit. Did she have any wounds?
Do you really want me to answer that question
No,
for you?
No, I don't.
Okay. The big thing is that at what point during the drive or when you were at your house did you guys discuss just ripping her? When you said, well, we don't have dope, let's rip her for $250.
At the house?
At the house?
Yeah.
So when you left West Pole, you guys, that was your intentions?
Yes.
Why didn't she think that's pretty cheap for an ounce of dope?
This goes for way cheaper.
What, an ounce of meth goes for way cheaper? We were hearing $350 to $400.
Now, maybe, I don't know, since the COVID virus, I don't know.
The
COVID?
COVID-19 affects the fluctuation of sales of dope?
Coronavirus
asking.
amped it up, huh?
Well, nobody wants to travel, so I mean, it's hard to get dope right now, so I'm assuming they raised the prices.
But she asked you if you had it zipped. What's that?
An ounce.
So she knew she was full well coming up for an ounce of meth
Yes.
for $250.
Yes.
These are your Facebook messages.
How about Zach?
What?
How about Zach?
What about Zach?
Harkness, you were riding around in his BMW with him.
One day it was.
Tonight. We already know.
Not tonight.
He didn't give you a ride? You said one day you were. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, it was. Gave me a ride.
Okay. So, like, this evening?
I begged him to give me a ride.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure you passed one of our deputies about 9 or 9:30. Do you remember seeing a patrol car?
No, I was on the floorboard.
In the back, or? So where'd you leave from when he gave you a ride?
The woods.
Oh. So after all the deputies left last night, Zach got in his car, went and picked you up.
No. I had to stay out in the woods.
Oh. So he picked you up tonight? Today?
Yeah.
What time?
Like 4.
In the afternoon? Okay. And then drove you around?
No, just drove me there straight there. To hang out with my sister before I turned myself in.
What time did you get there?
Like 6.
Okay, but you were in the back floorboard. Just because you didn't want to be seen? Because you knew police were looking for you?
Yeah, I was trying to see my sister. This is pretty serious. This is pretty serious.
It is pretty serious. Not gonna lie, it's pretty serious.
I just don't understand how it could be a murder one. Because I didn't premeditate it.
Do you want to tell it? Well, there's a funny little law called the BART felony. Okay? Burglary, arson, robbery.
And kidnapping.
So it's automatically a murder one.
Well, when people die in the commission of those, it kind of amps it up.
Commission of a robbery amps it up to a murder first.
It's the rest of my life.
And since your robbery was premeditated, it was more than a moment in time where you guys were planning the robbery. Yeah, it bumps it up to that.
It's the rest of my life.
Yeah. Well, that's for you and your attorney to talk about. Okay. I'm not telling you it's the rest of your life, because I don't know. We write the facts, we include this recording of your statement to the prosecutor, and then they decide. Do you have an attorney? Well, you'll be assigned one, right? So, did you give Brent money for his troubles?
For his troubles? No.
Was it agreed upon, or?
Yeah, it was agreed.
So what was the divvy up?
Oh yeah, what happened to the $250?
We all split it.
How much?
One got 50, one got 100, and one got 150.
Who got 150?
Excuse me, I got 120. Brent got 80. Tyler got 80 or something. I can't remember. Then the rest went to heroin.
A little bit of gas, and then you bought some heroin? Is that what Tyler does too? He wouldn't talk about his drug use.
No, that's my drug use. I feel like I'm gonna fucking puke.
You got garbage can.
Cans right there.
We understand you're dope sick. It happens.
Dope sick is slang for opiate withdrawal symptoms. In this case, it's caused by heroin. It is likely that the heroin he bought after the incident was his last supply of the drug that he bought using Darian's money. But afterward, when he went into hiding, he was unable to get more. This would explain the symptoms he is currently feeling, such as nausea, vomiting, and disorientation. Symptoms begin to appear just 24 hours after the last dose of the drug, and they peak at 72 hours, after which they start to become mild again.
Hey, when she came up to the window, you said she took a rip off the bong? Or the pipe? The glass?
Yes.
What? Of what?
Meth.
Of meth? Okay, so it was loaded, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And had you taken a hit off of it?
Yeah.
In other words, will your DNA be on it?
Yeah, mine. Everybody's will.
Everybody, including hers. Did she actually did she make it and ingest some meth from it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure. If you guys don't have anything to eat, dude.
What do you need?
I'm hungry.
I think we got chips. Does that work?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit of chips in the back by the coffee shop, or coffee.
Oh, that bag from...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you telling your side of the story.
Is everybody in jail?
Yep.
Not getting out?
Well, Bell said. That's up to the courts, that's up to the judge. Bell will be set, you'll see what time is it?
I probably ain't gonna go tomorrow. I'll probably go the next day. I do not feel good at all.
12:57 a.m. So you'll go at 3 p.m. You won't be good by 3 p.m.
No, I feel like
You don't have the COVID, right?
I hope not.
Hope not. I hope not either. So what else?
That's it.
You didn't go back to the scene and see what happened?
No.
You guys just took off, went the back roads?
Yeah.
A little low on we're gonna hit the vending machine real quick. There's a little in there. We'll have something for you here in a minute.
What was said on the way back to your rig?
Brent said, Tyler said no saying nothing. Otherwise, you're a snitch.
Brent and Tyler said that?
Do you know, do you know Malachi?
No.
Do you know Tyler? Orsted?
Orsted? No.
You don't know Dexter?
Mm-mm.
Do you know the other guys that she was with? Never interacted with them or met them or anything?
No, not those ones.
Did you recognize them?
Wasn't paying attention.
Okay. You just knew Darian. I mean, you used to date her.
I didn't date her.
Or you guys were a thing for a minute when she got out of jail, right? She told people you broke her heart. So that's, you guys were in a relationship for a minute.
She was lying, so I left.
She what?
She was lying to me, so I left.
The relationship.
Yeah, it wasn't an actual relationship though.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
But you guys were
It
hang-
could have been, yeah.
Okay, but you're hanging out when she got out of jail. Okay.
Good recovery. So my understanding is that when they pulled up, there was a weird thing that happened with the vehicles. Like Brent backed the truck up or something. What was that all about?
I don't. I'm pretty sure they got behind us and then they got on the side of us, but I can't remember. That's why I shouldn't do.
Hey, just gotta find it. Where you live there with, your neighbor, the RV, Christopher Wells, right? He had red hair. Does he always have red hair?
He didn't have red hair. Did he have red hair?
A couple days ago he had red hair. Yeah, a couple days ago he had red hair. So he... Yeah, boss. Ooh, thank you. Yep. Pick your poison. So... we were talking to him the other day, and he gave us a phone number. You guys are neighbors, you texted. In fact, he said you hit him up for a ride on Friday night. Why'd you hit him up for a ride? He said, hey, can I get a ride? I'll break you off a chunk.
So I can go get some dope.
Oh, like with this deal?
No, that has nothing to do with none of that.
Oh, it was before all this.
After.
Well, this deal with her happened Saturday morning?
Yeah, it was after. It was that night.
Oh, it was Saturday night. So he gave us a phone number that he was texting on, 325-9864. What happened to that phone?
I sold it.
It was your phone. Why'd you sell it?
I didn't want it no more.
Why? I've had the same phone for like 6 years.
Paranoid.
Paranoid about what?
I don't even know. You guys finding me?
Oh, through your phone? I tried to call you, but you didn't answer.
We heard you broke the phone. Is that more true than selling it?
I didn't break the phone. Tyler broke my SIM card.
Did you actually sell it?
Wasn't dope yet.
Because you're paranoid. You're worried about it. So what'd you do then for a phone?
I haven't had one.
So how'd you communicate with people?
Walking.
So you stayed out in the woods all night last night? Until this afternoon? Did you know?
I slept next to a shed, but yeah.
Where at? Like further up the road, or? Like so further towards the dead end of North Shore? Or Agate Bay?
Going up the hill.
Going up the hill? Did you know that place, or you just picked one?
Just picked one.
How far away? Like quite a way? Did you run for a while, or?
Like a mile.
A mile? Okay. And you stayed there till, like, sun comes up, till this afternoon, and then Zach came and got you?
I went to him.
Oh, you went back there? I see.
And I begged him to give me a ride out of there.
To go see your sister. That's when you got in the floorboard and all that stuff. Okay. Why did you take off and go hide? That's because you got the phone call saying Tyler got arrested?
No, I didn't know he got arrested. I didn't know he got arrested till this morning.
So what made you leave? Did you know the police were coming to Harkness's, or why'd you leave?
They made me leave, but yeah.
What do you mean?
Cody called me and said he got pulled over, and that they were asking about me.
Oh, Cody called you. Oh. And so then Harkness's are like, you better get?
Yeah.
So you just took off, started running. And then you went back there today.
How come they're so loyal to you? Don't they know they could get in trouble?
They were adamant that you were never there. Was never here. Last time he was here was a month ago. How come they're so loyal to you?
They're like my family.
They got a lot at stake. And they're essentially harboring you and lying about it, right?
They didn't technically harbor me.
Well, you spent a period of time there.
An hour.
You were only there for an hour
Yeah,
before you got the call?
Yeah, I wasn't there long at all.
Payton's friends did get in trouble for their loyalty to him. His friends, including his sister, Cody, Zach, and 2 others, were all charged with 1 count of first-degree rendering criminal assistance, which is a felony.
Did Zach know you were wanted? I mean, he said he would get in trouble because he was told so by the police, but obviously he knew you were wanted, right? Like that you'd be arrested.
He was trying to get me out of his hair too, yeah.
Oh, get you away from the family?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did he ever tell you, like, maybe it's time to give them a call and turn yourself in?
Yeah, I was supposed to do it in the morning, but it just didn't play out like that. I came to hang out with my sister.
I know. But he still drove you to Maple Falls. It's not like he was like, I'm not giving you a ride, you need to call the police.
He did for like 5 minutes, but like an hour, and then I finally got him to, and then he gave me a ride.
And he still gave you a ride.
He wanted me to see my sister.
What'd you and your sister talk about?
I cried.
You cried? Has it been bugging you? Was it just you and Zach in the car, or was Kim there too?
She wasn't with us.
She wasn't with you? There was someone else in the car.
Berman?
Who?
Who was in the car with us?
Some brunette. Dark hair. She got dropped off up there. Somewhere. She rode up there with you guys. I mean, you're hunkering down in the back, Zach's driving, and there's someone else in the car. Who is it? I'm just looking for you to tell me the truth.
It was Kimmy.
It was Kim. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad we can be honest. Again, a lot of the questions we ask we kind of know, and we're kind of verifying that you're telling us the truth, and that goes a long ways to what you're telling us happened, right? So, I appreciate that. It's just easier to tell the truth. It probably feels better, doesn't it?
It does, but it doesn't.
Well, right. I mean, this is a crappy situation. There's no doubt about that. But usually, in my experience, when people tell the truth and can kind of get it off their chest, there's kind of a sense of relief, right, involved? So did you and your sister talk about it and stuff? You said you cried. But what'd you talk about?
Turning myself in.
Did you talk about what happened? What? On Saturday morning? Did you tell her what happened?
Told her, yeah. Told her. So I didn't, like, physically do anything to her.
What was Tiffany's advice for you?
She just gave me a hug and told me I needed to turn myself in.
Today or yesterday
My sister
or
has
2
nothing
days
to do with this.
or 2 days ago?
Today.
So it's
I
tonight.
haven't seen my sister in a long time.
We were told you were up there for a couple of days.
No, I wasn't up there for a couple days.
Oh. I heard Zach blew up his water pump when he got in that pursuit the other day.
I have no idea.
You stepped out, partner. He said Zach told him he ran from the police down there and said he's 4-0. Never been caught.
So are you, aren't you? Aren't you 2-0?
2 losses.
2 losses?
Got caught. Almost died in one of them.
Where at?
Birch Bay.
Remember that one? It's hard out around the radio. And the helicopter. And then the dog.
Well, we're getting close to tidying up. You got anything else to say? I think we explained why you're being charged. Like I said, it's just charges. You've been in here before, you've been charged with stuff, and sometimes it changes, but, you know. There's a gal that was, okay. And from our evidence and what everybody said, your guys' actions are what caused it. And that's where we're at, plain and simple. And like I'm going to tell those other, because I was involved in interviewing those other two, is I appreciate you being honest. It's time to take responsibility for what you did. I can see it, you're upset. I get that.
Super depressed.
Yeah. Is that because you're going to be, because you're thinking of maybe your future, or what you did?
My future's over for what I did.
There's 5 other adults there and nobody called 911 to help her.
We were long gone.
I know, but you looked back and you saw her moving. You guys knew she was injured.
They said that she didn't move. I said she did.
I know.
They tried to tell me I was high.
But you said you saw her move. But you guys knew she was injured.
I didn't know she was injured. I honestly, from what it looks like she just fell off the truck. That's what it looked like. But then again, I was high out of my mind.
But out of all 5, nobody called 911 to help her. Did she put anything else in your guys' pickup? A bag or iPad or?
No.
Did you guys ever see any of her property at all?
No.
So she just came up with cash. When you guys left, stormed out of there, said the other car pulled up, and you said it stopped, but then you guys got out of there, right? And you said you didn't know which way you went, but you got out of there. Did you guys come back to the park at all?
No.
So once you left, you were gone.
How come you didn't go sit in the car with her when she asked you to?
Because I knew I didn't have that.
See, when you look back and you listen to yourself, it's obvious what you were planning, right? When you look back at, you're talking about it now, and it's like, holy cow, this was a planned deal right from the get-go. You wouldn't go sit in her car because you knew you didn't have the dope, but she asked you to come sit in her car and exchange the dope, right?
I didn't want to, Tyler was going to get out, and he was going to, I don't know what he was going to do to her, but I said, no, we'll just sit in the car, because I didn't want her to get hurt. That was my whole goal, was her not to get hurt.
Why her? Was she an easy target just because of your guys' history, or why her? You set up the deal. She reached out to you, and you planned to rob her of her money, take her money. You knew you didn't have the dope. Why her?
What? I don't know, I guess I was just going through it.
Through what?
Dope's dope sick, I had no money.
You were in a relationship with her at one point. To some degree. You cared about her to some degree, right?
Yeah, I still did, you know what I mean? I was just...
But you decided to rob her.
They amped me up to do it. I said, fine, let's do it.
Were you mad at her for lying to you?
No.
Back in the relationship?
No. I never wish death upon anybody.
No, I'm not talking about her dying. I'm just talking about
Was I mad at her? No.
decided to rob her to get back at her for something or anything? Why her?
It was going to be whoever hit me up that day.
Oh, so you would have done, this would have happened with anybody that contacted you?
No, yeah.
Okay. What would you
We
think?
haven't got all of the messages, but something right here says you're welcome. Hey, I think I need a zip. That was the start of the conversation about the drug deal. Were you guys having a conversation before 4 a.m.? Because she comments, you're welcome. What was that about? We're going to get all the...
She said happy birthday.
Oh, it was your birthday? On the day she died?
No, a couple days before. She replied days later.
Oh, I see.
When's your birthday?
The 1st.
Oh.
April Fool's Day?
Do you have any questions for us?
I don't.
What would you think if you were us? I mean, you know this. You know we've talked to you now. We've talked to Tyler. We've talked to Brent. Talked to the other guys in the car. We couldn't talk to her, obviously. What would you think if you were us?
I didn't hurt her. I didn't, like, basically, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't plan for this to happen.
Other than the robber. Never mind.
Tyler was just gonna hop out and get her.
Hmm?
I said no. No.
What do you mean, get her?
Like, just take it from her.
Jump in the back of the pickup or run? Or what?
He said he was just gonna hop out. So I tried to prevent all that.
By how? What do you mean you tried to prevent it?
I tried to prevent Tyler from hurting her. He's like, I'll just fucking take it, blah, blah, blah.
Did he say he would hurt her if he had to get the money?
Yes,
What do you mean?
Yes, he did. That's exactly why I said, no, just no, we'll just stay in the truck.
Oh, is that what your message of, oh, you just get out and come up to the window was all about?
Yeah.
So that was to prevent
Yes.
Tyler from going out and possibly
Yes,
doing
'cause
something
I
to
wasn't gonna
her.
hurt her. No, I'm not like that towards women.
I just want to make this clear because you're kind of pissing me off a little bit, okay? You're not blaming her for wanting her money back because you jacked her for $250.
Wait, what?
You're not blaming her for wanting her money back
No.
for getting on the
No.
truck. Because that's what you're making that sound like that's
No,
what
I'm
happened.
saying that's the reason I didn't get out of the car.
Yeah,
Because Tyler was in the back being wild.
but you didn't want her to die, but she did. So then you talk about, so in your mind, you're thinking if she didn't jump on the car, none of this would have happened, right? That's what I'm
can
getting
see,
from you.
But no, I can see why she jumped on the car.
Yeah, because she was jacked 2 days prior,
Yeah.
which is true. She was telling you the truth. She got all of her shit stolen from her and almost beat up there for no reason, for rumors. Those rumors we tracked down and aren't even true about her, of robbing and stealing and turning somebody in for a dope deal. They're all false rumors. We actually talked to the police department about those stupid-ass rumors. You know that? And now she's dead. So don't blame her.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Thank you. You better not
I'm
get
blaming,
that
I'm
in your
blaming,
head.
I'm blaming me, but I'm also blaming Brent.
Huh?
Brent.
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 Yeah. He sat in there and had no remorse. He fake cried, put on a big show. We knew he was full of shit. So, Yeah, you might want to pass on to your buddies that this kind of activity doesn't work sometimes, or in your favor. Okay?
I'm not gonna talk to anybody.
Well, you should.
Nobody will talk to me.
Well, there's people in the jail, there's nurses that you should talk to work through this, okay? Because I can see you're screwed up in the head because of it. That's all I have.
Yep.
It has fucked me up mentally.
No one can tell if any of the murderers feel any remorse at all. Tyler and Brent were sentenced to a little over 9 years in prison with 3 years of probation. Payton, however, received a slightly harsher punishment, as he was sentenced to 11.5 years in prison with 3 years of probation. Nonetheless, it cannot bring back the bright life of Darian Sather back to her family. On the day of sentencing, her grandfather brought her ashes to the court, while her grandmother wished the boys had made different decisions, and the family displayed her picture in a large frame. However, the saddest were her mother's words.
She was my best friend. There is nobody to take her place. I won't get to see her get married. I won't get to hold her belly. I won't get to be a grandma. There isn't an hour that goes by that I don't miss her deeply.
Do you think the sentencing for the 3 should have been harsher? Yes or no? Let me know down in the comments.